Raise your hand. I'll call you guys for questions. We'll get you a microphone. Whoever's first one, let me know. Right, start with you in the back. And then Jimmy.
Yeah, Coach, I know you're moving into Purdue preparations, but what did you guys, as a staff, I know you're on the road, but did you do a lot of self-scouting of your team and your unit the last few weeks, or is that something you do after this is over and it's more about just game prep to get ready for Purdue?
Yeah, we typically try to self-scout every week, and try to get a feel for obviously what we did well, what we did wrong, things of that nature. We've obviously been dialed into recruiting, trying to finish up this class, and obviously, anticipating the second signing date. So, it's really status quo, in terms of our preparation, how we go about our prep, if you will. But yeah, we're definitely deep dive into Purdue right now at this point.
Speaking of Purdue, David Bell won't play, but they've got a really accurate quarterback, another good receiver. Just talk about Purdue's offense.
Yeah, they do a nice job. Coach Brown's done a great job everywhere he's been as it relates to offense. So, we understand that, we're going to be at our best to be able to defend a team such as Purdue. And like you said, they got good skill. David Bell is obviously one of the best ones in the country, but, they got plenty of guys that are up. And, it obviously, as you know, it always starts with quarterback play. And, the quarterback seems to be playing pretty good at this point.
You guys are going into sort of a period of roster management pretty soon with recruiting in the portal and all that. What are your conversations like with Coach Heupel about what the needs are on defense? And do you get to say any of how many guys you guys can go get in the portal on the defensive side?
Yeah, no, I haven't reached that type where I can just go grab guys. So, but yeah, we obviously, Coach Hype, it starts and ends, with him in terms of managing this roster. We obviously talk about, what our needs are and, what areas, we feel like we need to upgrade and improve and create depth. And, it's a very fluid situation. We're talking about it daily. And, obviously at some point, we'll be able to address some things that we feel like we need to address.
Just from your perspective with the 3 DBs that you all signed on Wednesday, what do you feel like you're bringing in with Christian and Jordan and Desmond?
Yeah, excited, just about their overall, length, athleticism and speed. Had a chance to see all of those guys up close and personal, particularly Jordan. We had him in camp, really like what we saw. Tremendous leader, culture driver. So and with D, he's obviously a little bit of an older kid, tremendous ball skill. So, all of those guys, and even Christian, with just, the style in which he plays with, he's been coached extremely well, comes from an area that plays really, really good football. So, we think obviously all 3 of those guys have tremendous upside, and, we can't wait to get our hands on them.
This week we've seen a couple of guys move from offense to defense with Trinity Bell and Kamen Marley. What do you feel like those guys can bring to those positions in particular? Yeah,
it's obviously early, but, obviously with Trinity, tremendous size. He runs well, tremendous basketball player. We'll find out as we continue to grow, but we like what he's done in terms of his attitude and, him wanting to be better and, making a move from wide receiver to defense is sometimes a little bit of a challenge. But, we think the other kid, Marley, has a chance to, see what he can do at linebacker or even safety for that matter. So we're still trying to work through that.
Coach, there have been teams in the past that acted like they didn't really want to go to a bowl game. They weren't interested. What have you seen from this team as far as their commitment to playing in this bowl game?
Yeah, it's been the same all year. These guys love to play the game. We obviously don't have tremendous depth, so these guys understand that, any opportunity we get to step on the field is a blessing. And, a lot of guys say that, but these guys live by it. So, they're working their tails off right now trying to prepare. And, I know they're excited to be here. And, we're looking forward to taking on a good Purdue team.
Just with Alante opting out, just who are those guys who have kind of gotten a shot at replacing Alante here going into the bowl?
Yeah, I mean, it's fluid at this point. We have a few guys that are battling for those type of reps. You have to probably ask me right before the game, and I'll tell you. So, but that's where we are at this point.
Coach, so how would you? I know you said you guys haven't maybe gone a deep dive into evaluating how you played the season, but How do you feel about how your linebackers play, particularly Jeremy and Aaron? How do you feel like those two guys?
I thought they got better, as the year went on. Neither one of those guys had played a tremendous amount of football coming into this season, but I thought the way they worked, the way they prepared, I thought you saw it week in and week out, those guys getting better. I think they'll be the first ones to tell you they still got some ways to go, but I'm really excited about them and excited about watching them play in this bowl game and excited about the future and what it holds for both of those guys.
Coach Golis earlier this week talked about the growth of the offense from year 1 to year 2 as they understand the system. For you guys as a defensive staff and a defensive group, how much do you feel like you scratched the surface in your system in year 1, or how detailed has your system been this year compared to what it will be in year 2?
Yeah, you like to think you'll take another jump, but like I tell guys all the time, particularly in this day and age of college football, every year is a different year, so we don't take anything for granted. It's obviously guys coming, guys leaving, so, we'll break it down, to the fine bones of it, if you will, and then we'll build it up again. It'll be a new unit, with different skill sets, and, we'll try to shape the system according to their skill set. So the guys that are there and are able to continue to contribute, you would like to think they will be better for the season that you just played, but we also understand there'll be some new guys in it. So, we'll make the adjustment as coaches and hopefully put them in the best situation to be at their best.
Jordan Phillips came in early. He's practiced some. What have you seen from him, and how much do you think that will help him heading into the spring?
Yeah, every rep is extremely valuable, and he's working. We knew he was a worker, and he has not disappointed. He's working his tail off right now and, trying to learn our verbiage, and obviously learn how we do things around here. But he's going to be great. He's going to be, a great kid first and foremost, and I think he has a tremendous upside. Will it benefit him? Absolutely. Every rep, is an investment in his future. And, I don't know how many reps he'll get in terms of practices, but whatever we get, he'll be better for going into spring. I promise you that.
Any more questions for Coach Banks? Thank you, Coach.
Okay, appreciate you guys. Yep.